Hey guys, how are you? I just wanted to make a quick video. Hold on. That needed to be turned down. I don't want my video to get flagged. Okay, so I wanted to make a quick little video because sometimes when I find myself having the same conversation with somebody, you know, friends or family, or, you know, just friends or people, clients, when I have like the same conversations like over and over and over and over again, to me it's like something that you know, like that I should probably talk about on a video. So that way I could, like, you know, pass it along to them easily. Like with my clients, like let's say something comes up. This happens all the time. Like, especially if I'm talking about like blood pressure or something like that. And I'm like, oh, you know, you could take this, or this, or whatever for your blood pressure naturally or whatever. And we're in a rush. And so it's kind of like, I might forget to tell them certain things, because especially if I'm working or something. And I could just be like, oh, you know what? Here's a video. I did a video on it, which will say like all the stuff or whatever. And, you know, here it is. Okay, so basically whenever I like forget to like, anyway, so yeah, like basically anytime I'm having a conversation over and over and over and over and over again, I just feel like something white on there. I just feel like, you know, yeah, let me just do a video on something, on whatever it is, whatever, and that way, you know, we can talk about it. Okay, so anyway, something that was, something that came up again, with, somebody, not too long ago, was, basically like, where do I, not where do I go, but like, where am I at? She was like, where am I at when guys talk to me? Is basically what she was asking me. She was like, where are you at when you have these guys like talk to you? Or like, really she was saying, where do you go? But I don't go anywhere particular for guys to talk to me. Like, it's not like that. So I've done a video similar to this already once before. And I will, but I'm going to just, you know, do it again, because I'm going to share like kind of like what I went over with in that conversation. Because the thing about it is that, first of all, depending on the area that you're at in the state that you're in, when you're in some states are known for, you know, being a little bit more, you know, booed up, or, you know, or guys will talk to you a lot more. Okay. So like when I lived in Florida, I had guys that would talk to me, but not as often as when I moved to Atlanta. Because like, also, for example, I moved to North Carolina, and I didn't have a million guys try to talk to me over there. But as soon as I moved to Atlanta area, I had a lot of guys, a lot of men of all ages that would try to talk to me pretty much on a daily basis. And you know, so obviously your area, your geographical area, your location will have a lot to do with like how many guys that you have talking to you. Okay, so like if you are in an area that you know, there's not like a whole lot of people that, you know, like if they're not, if it's not that type of an area, like if it, I don't want to say thirsty, but everybody knows how Atlanta is. Atlanta is a little bit, you know, I mean, they call it Hot Atlanta for a reason, and Atlanta is kind of just known for what it's known for. There's just a lot more people here, and I just feel like there's, you know, you'll get all different kinds of men that will talk to you here in this area. Okay, so that's number one. It's like the guys are just not as shy. I'm not saying that guys are not shy, because there are definitely a lot of shy guys and shy men, but here it's almost like guys kind of know, like, if they don't step to you and talk to you, somebody else will. They just kind of know that. So I don't know how else to say it, but they just kind of know that I don't know if there's, I mean, people say there's more women here in Atlanta. People say, I've heard men say that there's more men here in Atlanta. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I just know what my experience is. I'm just sharing my experience, okay? Anyway, I don't go anywhere to have any guys talk to me. I am usually just doing whatever I do, right? But what I have noticed, these are the things that I've noticed. When I've had consistently a guy that will try to hit on me or talk to me, try to give me a number, holler at me, whatever you want to say, okay, in these particular places. So, like, the first place I noticed in this Atlanta area is Quick Trip. I absolutely noticed that in Quick Trip, especially like around between 4 and 7. It's like, I think it's like when people are coming home from work, it picks up in speed, the gas station area. It picks up in speed. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I noticed it. I noticed this right away when I moved here in general, that Quick Trip was absolutely like, Quick Trip, you pick up your drink and a woman or something, because like I always got hit on at Quick Trip. Like, this was a lot. But what I also noticed about Quick Trip was one of those places that like people just tended to, for whatever reason, congregated. If you don't know what Quick Trip is a gas station. Okay, but it's like everywhere here in Atlanta, and I have been known to pop my trunk and sell some bundles because I like to coupon and stuff, and I have like laundry stuff. Well, anyway, not right now. I don't have anything that I'm selling. I am couponing a little bit, but I don't have anything to sell right now, because if anybody's watching me, no, don't ask me for no detergent. I don't have any, okay? But what I noticed was that yeah, I would pop my trunk at the Quick Trip or whatever, and I could make $200 or $300 very fast, very easy, okay? Because Atlanta area is kind of like hustle. It's known for being like a hustle area, okay? Sun is kind of in my eyes a little bit. Anyway, so like, yeah, people hustle a lot of stuff over at gas stations, and for the most part, I didn't stay there very long. But because I would pop my trunk or whatever, this is why I noticed this a lot. But I actually noticed this even before I started couponing. That for whatever reason, at the gas stations, there was always somebody trying to pick me up. Like, I consistently got hit on at the gas station. Now, I think it's also because, think about it. A lot of men, they work, right? When they work, they are what? They're coming home from work, they got to get gas or whatever. So a lot of times, I mean, the chances of you seeing a man coming home, if you're a lady, the chances of you seeing a man coming home from work or whatever, catching gas, getting gas or whatever, is very high, right? Because like, he probably works. I mean, you know, nobody wants a lazy man, but he's probably working, okay? So, I don't know. I could easily tell you, if I was to go to Quick Trip, you know, like between those hours, I would probably say, if not getting hit on every single time, I would get hit on like at least a couple times a week, once a week or something like that. So, then I heard on a radio station one time about Quick Trip area being, about Quick Trip between those hours. This is where I heard this, on the radio station, which confirmed what I had noticed, that it was singles happy hour at Quick Trip. I was like, what? Anyway, I heard it on the radio many years ago when I moved here, and they were like, yeah, and I guess people were calling in saying, yeah, I hooked up with somebody at Quick Trip or whatever. I don't know. But it was the same thing like at Harris Teeter in North Carolina, which is very funny. It was like they were saying the same thing, like it's like happy singles hour or something. I don't know, but anyway, this is what I heard on the radio station, and it literally like just confirmed what I had noticed myself. So I'm just sharing that and putting that out there, okay? So if you're a woman and you're looking for whatever, I don't know, for whatever reason, you know, the gas station seems to be a place that people hook up at or something. I don't know. They meet people, okay? Guys have certainly tried to holler at me at the gas station consistently. It's a place that consistently I have met guys, okay? And usually if I'm not there to sell my laundry bundles and pop, you know, like real quick and make some money or whatever and get some cash, you know, like, because I did that a lot a couple years ago. If I would just be there for gas. Like, I was just getting gas, okay? I wasn't actually like looking for a guy, okay? So anyway, I'm just sharing that out, okay? Second place is I get hit on all the time. believe it or not, is at CVS. Now, I'm at CVS right now. I'm about to go in and do a couple deals. But if you know me, you know I love CVS. I love CVS because I like to coupon. This is what I do. I like to coupon, okay? I find it fun, entertaining. It's free entertainment. Not free, but pretty much free entertainment or whatever. And it's kind of like a maze or something like that. Like it's a... I don't know. For me, it's like a brain tease or something. Couponing has been just something that I have found to be a hobby that's not only fun for me to do, but I can also like make some money at it or use the stuff. Okay. And I use the stuff for a lot of things, gift baskets, to sell for myself, for whatever. Okay. Anyway, people come to all kinds of people from young to old. People go into CVS for all kinds of reasons. And consistently, I have gotten hit on at CVS. Consistently. Now, you will get all different ages. I've been hit on by, the oldest of the old at CVS and the youngest of the young. And I've had 2 celebrities hit on me at CVS. Well, kind of hit on me. And I don't say hit on me, but they talked to me a little bit, like, whatever, wanted to see what I was doing. And I think a lot of it has to do with, though, because when I'm at CVS, I'm very, like I'm on my phone looking at coupons, I'm figuring stuff out, I'm doing my calculations or whatever, and I'm like, I might be watching my videos, like Savvy couponer, I like to watch her all the time. I might be rewatching a video, whatever, but I'm like really, really, really tuned into like what I'm doing, okay? And so I'm focused. And I'm definitely not looking at nobody. I'm really not trying to talk to nobody either. But, I think that in itself draws men in. Because men are always, curious, what are you doing? I don't know why men seem to be curious whenever you are the type of woman who's doing a lot of stuff. They like to know what you're doing, why, whatever. I don't know. I think men are just that way. Men always just want to, they just want to, know. They just want to know, what are you doing? I think men are just curious like that. Especially, especially men that never had didn't have a sister or whatever, they're super curious about the opposite sex, right? I've always noticed that, even more so. But I think because of that, being preoccupied, being busy, and also just looking like, don't bother me, because I'm busy, for whatever reason, men find it as even more of a challenge or whatever. And so, yeah, pretty consistently I get hit on at CVS. Now, again, I don't like, I don't necessarily give a whole lot of men the face or the look like, yeah, come talk to me, or even a lot of opportunity. It's not even that. I just think it's the circumstances that I'm in. Okay, is what I'm trying to say. I just think because I'm actually like concentrating on doing something. And I've had men in the back of me, in the line or whatever, checking out, even at self-checkout, whatever, and they'll see my total go from whatever, $60 down to $5, okay, or whatever. And a lot of men, I don't care what kind of money they bring in or not, I have literally had countless of men, guys, women too, actually, who are super, super impressed by that because they never actually seen it in person. They might have seen it on TV, they've heard about people who coupon or whatever, but they never met anybody. And then, because usually the way that I look or whatever, it's they don't look like I'm the type, I don't, for whatever reason, people say, you don't look like the type that coupons or whatever. I don't know. I get so sick and tired of people saying stuff like that to me, I don't look like whatever. Okay, so, whatever, if that's a compliment or not, I don't know, but I get so tired of being prejudged like that. But, nonetheless, they see the whole total go from whatever it was down to $5, $0, whatever it is, okay? And then they're like, what? How did you just do that? I'm so impressed. Okay, and that will spark up a conversation, okay? So, that's the second place, okay? Now, again, I'm just telling you, and I'm sharing this out because I'm usually busy doing something or whatever, and I'm just sharing this as, one of the places that I'll go, that men will consist, because a friend of mine, she was like, well, how do you always have guys hit on you? And I don't always go out with my makeup on. I don't always look like sometimes I have my eyebrows on and sometimes I don't, okay? Sometimes I have my lipstick on and sometimes I don't. I like to have my eyebrows and my mascara on at least. But depending on how late in the day it is, depending on what I'm doing or whatever, will depend on whether or not I got my lipstick on and the rest of my little, face together, whatever. Half of the time, I'm always in black because I'm just usually in black. Why? I mean, honestly, I like to be prepared for makeup at any time. People will text and call me like, hey, can you come do some brows and lashes, whatever? Can you come by, whatever? And I want to go. Like, and I am used to wearing all black because of being a makeup artist for so long, for years and years and years and years, that I'm always usually in all black. So I don't ever look, I'm not trying to look hot, cute, nothing. I'm not trying to do nothing, okay? I'm just in my comfortable, whatever, work zone, whatever, coupon mode, whatever, okay? I think men like that as well, because I've had men who've said to me that they like when they meet a girl or somebody who is not all dressed up or whatever, because they know that she's gonna look like 10 times better once they take her out or when she gets dressed up. Okay, so guys just look at it like, okay, if you're, if you're halfway messy bun or whatever, and they think you're cute looking halfway, then they know they're gonna like you when you're dressed up, okay? So I think that's a big deal for men, because I know men are not into the, most men that I know are not into, lashes and brows. They're not really into, or they don't mind you, having a little bit on or whatever, but they definitely don't want you looking too crazy, looking like you, they don't want you looking like a lot of makeup, okay? Anyway, okay, so the next place that's pretty consistently that I will get hit on, and it's usually by younger, I would say more younger guys, is definitely Starbucks. Definitely whenever I go into Starbucks, and especially if I'm just sitting there relaxing, and for whatever reason, if I say to myself, like, I just want to sit here and think and pray and meditate, and like just not really like engage, like the whole reason why I'm going is usually because like I'm trying to like hibernate for a few minutes or something. It's like whenever I put it in my mind, like, don't talk to me, basically. I don't know. That's also when some guy will try to hit on me at Starbucks, okay? So Starbucks is pretty consistently, if I go there, a guy will try to talk to me there as well. Also, I still love to do deliveries. I like to turn my app on. I like to make money all day long, basically. Not that I love money, but I do like hustling. And yeah, I will even pick up deliveries from CVS, stuff like that, okay? But anyway, sometimes when I pick up, if I turn my app on, I see there's a delivery, something or like that from Home Depot or something. For sure, if I go into Home Depot, there's always men there in Home Depot. You'll always consistently find guys in Home Depot, and they will try to talk to you there. Like, I've definitely been hit on quite a bit at Home Depot. Now, again, like, what I've noticed is just like, if you just be yourself, whatever that is, you'll attract somebody who likes that. It's like, you don't want to put on any airs, right? You don't want to put on, it's like, if you're not a girl who's used to walking in heels, don't try to walk around in heels trying to pick up some guy because you think he might want you to be in heels. I mean, yeah, guys do like women who are in heels, right? But not if you're walking around awkward and you're half gonna fall down and break your ankle, right? That's not sexy by any means, right? So you got to do whatever is like natural for you, all right? But also, one of the things about me is this isn't 100%, but I do try to be careful of my face, because I have been told by everybody, including my family, that I have, RBF, resting face, okay? And I don't mean to have that, but again, a lot of times I'm focusing on something, I'm looking down at my phone, I'm doing something, whatever, and I'm really not thinking about this guy. So usually, if a guy does finally talk to me or whatever, he's got to be pretty confident, because I probably do have that kind of face going on. But I have tried to be more open in the last few years, ever since hearing that, because, I just don't think, I don't know, I don't want to ever feel like I'm not a woman of God, and like I'm sad. I don't want to look like I'm sad or unhappy or mad or angry. I'm not going to curse anybody out. And if a guy does try to talk to me, whether or not I even think he's at all anything I would ever want, I am at least nice, and I try to smile, because I don't want to, I know men, sometimes their egos are so fragile, and sometimes men, they're already they don't have the best self-esteem. They might already be feeling some type of way, and I don't want to make them feel like, how dare they talk to me or something. I don't know. You know, if it took them a lot of courage or whatever, I at least want to be nice. So you got to be careful of your face. Basically, try to smile, okay? Try to smile, especially if you're seeing guys walking by or whatever. At least make eye contact. If you think somebody is cute, okay? If you like somebody, if you think somebody is cute, he's fine, he's hot, whatever, you think he's attractive, whatever, then you need to look at this. You need to look at him and hold that stare for at least 3 seconds. At least 3 seconds minimum. You have to hold that stare. That man needs to know that, you know, it is okay for him to talk to you. Okay. Now, I read that years and years and years ago, many years ago. I think I was a teenager when I first read that. And I have always been very careful about that. For me personally, not to look at a guy, you know, in the eyes or whatever, to unintentionally invite him over. But if you're constantly looking away, looking down, and a guy is contemplating whether or not he wants to talk to you, and you don't look at him in the eye, he may shy away from that. If he's teetering, if his confidence is a little low, or he's kind of teeter-tottering. But when you look at him in the eye for at least 3 seconds and you give him that confirmation, he might have already been thinking he wants to talk to you. He might have already been feeling that, but now you just giving him like that extra push, okay? And now he's like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, he feels like it's okay. All right. I notice other guys will try to, you know, they'll look at me, you know, I could tell because I could feel their stare following me or whatever, you know, like. So it just depends on if you think he's cute. If you think he's cute, give him that confirmation so he'll come up, okay? Also, the barbershop. Don't forget, ladies, the men are at the barbershop. Now, the thing about the barbershop is you're going to get a bunch of dogs. You know that because men try to act all kind of, you know, whatever, ridiculous at barbershops, you know, because they're competitive with each other, whatever, and they just want to act like dogs or whatever because they're in front of their boys. But, of course, that's what a man is. Now, what I'm saying is like, if I have noticed, because I've been hit on at plenty of barbershops, but like, you could just be walking by the barbershop, you could be walking near the barbershop, it could be in a plaza, whatever, but you're going to see men going in and out of the barbershop. And especially on a slower day or something, or if they're waiting around, if they're outside waiting around, they will try to talk to you. Okay, so definitely the barbershops or anywhere in the vicinity of the barbershop. Also, too, because men are competitive, and if you think you're halfway cute, right, if you just know you're the stuff or whatever, and you walk by the barbershop or in the barbershop or whatever, if now this is for the woman who's confident and all that, right? You know, you will start a mental competition with the men that are in there. Meaning, they will all compete basically at trying to holler at you. Maybe not at the same time or whatever, but like at different times. Or it will be something going on in their mind, basically. So it's almost like they don't want to be showed up by somebody, right? So, like, if they have their own little, because you know how men are. Men are always, you know, throwing bets or whatever, and their little challenges to each other, and they're all competitive, and in their, you know, you might have walked by or whatever, and they're all, maybe they thought you were cute, and they were all like, yeah, you couldn't talk to her, I bet you couldn't, or whatever, I don't know, I'm just saying, this is for the confident woman, the woman who knows she's the stuff or whatever. You will get, you will have, and then you walk in, and when you finally walk in, somebody will try to show off or whatever, or be the man in front of everybody else, and try to get your number, try to holler, be like, I'm gonna take you out, or whatever, okay? That's consistently, that's just the nature of men, and, you know, whatever, just, you know, go along with that if you want, that's what you're looking for. So yeah, it was the barbershop, CVS, the gas station, Home Depot, Walmart. I definitely get hit on at Walmart all the time. It don't matter what section of the store you're in. I've been hit on in every section of the store. I mean, obviously, if you're in the men's section, you'll get hit on there because, I mean, there's men that are there, right? For me personally, again, I am never, you know, like, I'm not looking to get hit on or anything, but I am short. and I consistently need help. This is like an every week challenge for me, sometimes an everyday challenge, depending on how much I might still be doing my deliveries, if I get to go and get them, you know, done or whatever. But I still like to do them or whatever if I can. So I always need help getting something on the top shelf. And it's sometimes I hate asking men. I really do. I promise I do, because sometimes, you know, like, I just have to do it. I have to get it done. And sometimes this guy is somebody I'm so not attracted to at all. Like, he's not even anything I would at all be attracted to. But, you know, you have to, like, it's like you need help. You're not trying to be the damsel in distress, but you just need help because you got to do this delivery or whatever. And you're like, I need that over there. And you have to ask this person. And then that guy's thinking, oh, this is my perfect opportunity to talk to her. And, you know, unfortunately, it may not be anybody that you really want. But sometimes you'll get Mr. Fine, you know, Mr. Hot, Mr. Muscles, Mr., you know, whatever. And he just happens to be walking by and is like, you know, yeah, baby, I can help you out. Okay. And in that case, it's like, but okay, so let's just say you don't do deliveries or anything, you're not like me and whatever. But if you're in a store, basically, if you see somebody that you think is attractive, whatever, and he's taller than you, he can get something, you know, go ahead and just be like, oh, I need to reach that or whatever. And, you know, that would be a good, that might be an opportunity for him to talk to you. Okay. Because it's happened to me so many times, and it's never on purpose, ever. It's never been on purpose, ever. I'm just really genuinely sure I need help in my house. I need help in my closet. Okay. When it comes to reaching stuff, I cannot literally reach stuff. Okay. Anyway, so that's very much on the list. Now, I went to the park the other day. I was trying to get back into my walking. I have to say that in this area, I would say that because Atlanta is Atlanta, and, you know, Atlanta, they're definitely not into skinny people. They're not into skinny, you know. I mean, like, when I first moved here and I had lost a lot of weight because I had lost my husband, and I didn't feel like eating anyway, I had lost a lot more weight. I was about 30 pounds less than this. But everywhere I got hit on by guys that would say things to me like, you're pretty, but you need to eat a pork chop sandwich. You're cute, but you're a little skinny for me. I heard that so much, and I was actually so happy with my weight. It was like I finally got down, but no, I did not get the best feedback here. Now, probably in Florida or in California, different places like that, maybe it'd be like, yeah. But here in Atlanta, I find that whenever I gain weight, like, you know, when I get a little bit settled or happy, and, you know, just, you know, whatever, comfortable, I like to eat my whatever, and I gain a little bit of weight or whatever. Yeah, I get hit on a lot more. I've definitely had a lot more guys try to talk to me in the past, like, I would say 2 weeks. I don't know, I can tell it's because I'm feeling I call it doughy. You know, it's just a little extra 5 pounds or whatever. But guys in Atlanta, yeah, they 9 times out of 10. I mean, I see more men with heavier set women here in Atlanta than I do anywhere else. So every guy that, you know, I've talked to, they're like, nope, I like your weight, keep it, you know, you look good, you know, like, they're just like that. So I'm not even gonna say like lose any weight or anything, but I was at the park anyway. I was saying that to say I went to the park because I was trying to do my walk, because I personally would like to lose, you know, I would like to get back to, you know, for me, 5 pounds up or down, you see a huge difference for me. So I'm going to try to get my little 5 pounds off or whatever. But anyway, I was doing my walk or whatever, and I wasn't trying to talk to nobody, but I was at the park and everything, and the guys were playing basketball, and the guys are there, and I was just walking around like I normally did. And by the time I got to that third pass, you know, and they were taking a break or whatever, I definitely had a guy trying to talk to me. And, you know, I was just doing my walk. So I was at the park. So definitely I've had guys hitting me at the park several times. So anyway, the takeaway is, you know, I would say go about your, I forgot, I got to say this one too. The car wash. Absolutely at the car wash, 100%. First of all, I met my second husband at the car wash. Men go to the car wash. They're always at the car wash. And the problem with I don't say problem, the thing about the car wash is if you're single, like for me, you're single, whatever, and I have to get my car done. I pay for the monthly service. I just go run it through, whatever, but I got to vacuum it out myself. And ladies, that's going to inadvertently put you in some positions where you got to reach. And like me, when I'm vacuuming out the trunk, I'm like so short, I literally fall into the trunk. Vacuuming, I mean, you just see my 2 feet dangling out. And I guess men find that very hilarious or cute or whatever. I don't know, but I'm just being me, because I'm just short. I can't reach it. And that's just what happens. I have to go. Anyway, so I had this guy try to talk to me. He was parked next to me. He was like, you need some help there, because I was all the way in the trunk. Because I fell in. It's such a long trunk. It's so big. Like I always say, you can fit a body in there. You absolutely can fit a body in my trunk. Anyway, and then I was like, oh, and I was sitting here like my feet were dangling. I was like, yeah, since he asked, I was like, well, can you put my feet? Because I was all the way in the trunk. But anyway, there's always men at the car wash, and I've had countless of men try to talk to me at the car wash. And you know what? I'm going to, like, for me, for somebody like me, like if you're not, you know, I think networking is good. Networking is good. It's always good to, you know, when you're someone like me and you're self-employed or a business owner or anything like that, you got anything you're doing on the side, networking or whatever, right? It's good to talk to everybody, you know, and give everybody opportunity and a chance. However, you know, I mean, everybody is not for everybody. And like me, I am not for everybody. I already know that. It don't matter. Guys can talk to me all day long, but I already know I'm kind of like, I'm picky about who I'm talking to, number one. I'm picky about who I'm talking to. I'm picky, I guess. Apparently, I'm picky about everything. I don't mean to be picky. And it has nothing to do with value. It's not about value. To me, it's just that I'm just older now. I don't have time for, I'm not playing games. I don't have time for games. I'm playing manipulation, weirdness. You know, I'm married, secretly married. There's hope. For me, so basically, that's why I made a video that says, why is she single, whatever, because when a guy tries to talk to me, I'm like, I'm not trying to go through all this with him. Let me just send him the video. I just sent him the video, and like, here, look at that video, and if you get past all that, maybe we might have a chance. I mean, I know he thinks I'm crazy, but it's like, I don't really want to waste time. I don't want to even I don't even want him getting addicted to me, or, you know, like trying to talk to me. I don't want to waste no time talking. I got stuff to do. Now, if he's cute or good looking or whatever, and you, like for me being picky, like if I actually find somebody that I actually visually think is attractive and he might actually be a contender, if I'm not already talking to somebody else or whatever, you know, then I'm going to talk to him. Then I'm absolutely going to talk to him. And yeah, I'm going to definitely give him, you know, like I'm going to give him a chance. Like I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to actually interact with this person. But everybody else, like, I just don't even interact with them. I just don't interact. I mean, I'm just nice in the moment. I'm nice when I meet them or whatever, but I won't interact past that. Once they get the number or whatever, because everybody has my mainline number. It's plastered all over online. I couldn't hide it if I wanted to. That's why it's there. Whatever. I don't care. They could get that number anywhere. I'm not on any dating sites, so I always tell people, you're not going to be able to swipe left or right for me or whatever. There's no plenty of fish over here for me. I'm not one of your plenty of fishes. Like, there's not two of me, and I'm not a player. I can't deal with more than one at a time. And so, like, I'm just particular. I'm just going to be particular, and I just know that. So this area, because there is a lot of guys or whatever, a lot of guys or whatever, men are dogs. They're the ones that want to deal with more than one person. They're the ones that think they have the capacity to do that. Most of them don't. I don't know why. But anyway, I just give them that video. I don't really deal with them past that most of the time, because most of the time, 9 times out of 10 guys that might talk to me in a week, 9 of them are just not even a contender. Because I got too much going on. I have too much. I'm like, you know, most men don't have the patience for me, and I don't have the patience for them, okay? I'm not better than them. They're not better than me. It's not even that. It's just that we're not a match. And that's all there is to it. We're just not a match. Especially at this stage in my life. Nor am I trying to build up my self-esteem with another man, or any man to be my come-up, or to do anything for... No, I'm not doing all that. If I have interacted with any guy, any man at all, if I have interacted with him at all, like a real phone call, or a real conversation, or if he's even gotten an opportunity to take me out at all, he's literally part of the 2% of my life, okay? Because most of the guys don't even get to that point, okay? It's just because when you get to a certain age, you just get to a point where you're just like, you don't have time for baloney, you don't have time for stupidness, you don't want to waste time on people that, or somebody who you know is not going to add any value to your life at all, or somebody you're not attracted to really, because they might even have a great personality, but if you're physically not super attracted to that person, then, and if you're sincere in relationships, you're not trying to get with somebody just for money or something else, right? I'm talking about like a real sincere relationship. If there's no attraction there, then you might as well not even do it. Like, don't waste time, right? Because like, you don't want to hurt somebody like 3 months in and you're like, well, I'm not really attracted to you. Like, that kind of hurts or whatever. You don't want to do that either, right? So once you get to a certain age and your confidence level or whatever, and you also don't really care, you really don't care. Like for me, because I've had love in my life, I've had good love in my life. I've had 2 really good loves in my life, and I'm good with that. I feel like, okay, for me, I can check the love box off in my life. So I don't care if I get with somebody again, if I ever get married again or not. I mean, it's a strong likelihood because of, you know, who I'm talking to now. But, you know, I just feel like that's definitely not anything. That's not my goal. That's not my goal. I don't really care. And so you can be a little bit more free and you could be a little bit more honest when different guys that come and talk to you that are just not a match. You could just be like, you know, hi, not, be like nice or whatever, but then you just go ahead and just don't talk to them. I mean, I've had guys that were very persistent in trying to talk to me, and I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to get them off. So I just gave them my phone number, whatever. And then as soon as they gave me their number and I saw, because some men that would literally text you right then and there. They're like, no, I want to see that's your real number or whatever. And so I'll go ahead and do all that, and as soon as I get in the car, I block them. They're on block list because I already know they're a no, and I already know, like, some guys you try to tell them no, and they think it's a challenge. They want to keep coming at you, and I've already had that experience, and it's like, no, I don't. If I know it's a no, it's just a no. I don't even need to tell you it's a no. I don't want to be mean to you either. I don't want you to take it personal. I don't want you to go, be down on your luck or whatever for like 3 days or whatever, sulking about it either. Like, it's just not personal. It's just not personal. People are not a match, okay? And so I just block them, so that way I don't need to, like, hear from them again or whatever, and they'll just give up or whatever. I never hear from them. Okay, so anyway, that's just how I handle it. But if you're here in this area or whatever, like, seriously, and I'm telling you some feedback that I've heard from other men and other guys, okay? I've always gotten good feedback from guys with my couponing. Now, once you get married, that's a different story. It's a different scenario, because you may or may not have a guy who will support you in that. He might think that, you're taking too long, or he doesn't really want you to do it, or if you have money or he has money, he might think, because some people think people do couponing because they're poor. And that's not the case at all. A lot of us couponers do it because, A, we can, B, we're smart enough. Like, people don't realize how smart and how much of a learning curve it takes to do couponing, right? But also, just because, like, also, some people just donate. Some people literally coupon and just donate their stuff right away. They don't even need it, okay? But a lot of men, have money or not, they just actually find it very, very attractive and just intelligent. They can see your intelligence, and they think it's cool. Yeah, it adds value to even if your guy has money and he gives you, let's say he gives you $300 or $400 a week for food and stuff for the house or whatever he gives you, whatever your budget is, I don't know. But the point is, if you maximize that and you double that to the value of, whatever, $800, whatever, most men find that to be extremely valuable, and they really like that. So, yeah, that's what I've been told. So, but anyway, those are the places that I wanted to mention, because this came up again in the conversation, and so I like to share these with other women, because I know there are a lot of other women of all ages, young women, whatever, and but it is important. Now, I will tell you this: I've had a couple of men who said to me that They'll think somebody is pretty. They'll want to talk to them. But when they get up close to them, they can smell their body odor. So, ladies, be careful because, you know, if you're into that natural thing and everything, I get it. I'm into the natural thing too. But I'm not into the natural thing under my armpits. Okay? I am just not. Not saying it doesn't work or whatever. Everybody's different. Your pH balance is different. But if you have a strong pH or whatever, and you have a strong smell, or if you're not sure, you need to ask a girlfriend to tell you the truth, okay? Because I've had several men who've said that to me about other people or whatever. I understand, I get it, because I'm funny about smells. I'm very sensitive to smells. And when I get close to, even if if he smells a certain kind of way, it's a no. And I mean, I don't like heavy colognes. I don't like heavy perfumes. I definitely like heavy colognes. I'm into natural pheromones. I don't even mind if a man smells manly and even has a strong smell from like working. I don't even mind that. It's a pheromones thing for me, right? But I'm sensitive to smells, like certain food smells, or, you know, just other smells, not even body smells. I'm more sensitive to like gas smells, fumes, things like that really bother me. But like the natural scent of a man, depending on his pH and everything, is fine for me, actually. I've known several men that I was actually fine with their scent. Like, you know, my second husband, actually, he had a nice, I'm just funny about it. Both my husbands, I can't get down with bad pheromones or whatever. I don't know. It's just funny. Everybody's different. But what you're attracted to is what you're attracted to. You can't figure that. It's just what it is, right? But yeah, that's kind of big for me. But women also, like, men are the same way towards women, right? So yeah, if you are a female and you're really into the natural thing and you really care about your smell, and whatever you're doing that's natural is not working, whatever, chlorophyll. You need chlorophyll. Go out and get the green chlorophyll. It's liquid. You can actually order it on Amazon, okay? Add that, a couple of drops to your drink or whatever, or apple cider vinegar. Either one. Both are neutralizers in your body. Both alkaline your system. And this works for men too, by the way. Works for both. But it will help neutralize that serious body odor in your body. You will smell different, okay? It's kind of like, you know, when you eat a lot of garlic and you smell like garlic? Even if you didn't eat garlic that day, if you're a person who eats a lot of garlic, you're Italian or something, you're going to smell like garlic, right? It's just, yeah, you're a product sometimes of your body's pH, right? So, like, you got to be careful about that. So, women, ladies, it's not about putting on cologne, because you don't need to have heavy cologne on for a man to tell you that you smell good. I've had guys that have said to me they love the way I smell, they love the way my hair smelled, and it's because I wash my hair a lot, and I use a lot of different things for my hair. Actually, I use a lot of different things, but the thing that I use for smell in particular is Garnier Frutice. First of all, I get them all the time from couponing. I get Garnier all the time from couponing. Okay, they're always, usually they have a good deal on at CVS or whatever, and I use them for I get them all the time on couponing. But I like the smell in my bathtub, and I also like it in my hair. They have a strong, good smell. The Garnier and there's the other one that I like is with P&G. It's a Procter and Gamble. Is what's that other shampoo? It's a P&G brand. What is that other one? I forget the name of it. It's like the green bottle. It's a green bottle. It's right next to Garnier. In CVS, I mean, because I'm good. Oh, I forget of it right now. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, it's a Procter and Gamble one. It's another one that's on the coupon list. Back in the day, I would have called both of those shampoos, I would have called them like white people. Okay, I'm biracial, right? So what I learned for me personally, as a biracial person, I learned that I needed a more of a heavy conditioner, a more either I would say more ethnic conditioner, or one with more oils and whatnot conditioner. But I did really well and better with white shampoos, okay? That's just me as a biracial person. And if you're mixed or biracial out there, you might have to do the same thing. Like, you might need to mix it up a little bit or whatever. You figure it out eventually what works for you. But because of that, and I've used those shampoos or whatever, they leave a good smell. So I guess because of that, I've been told, oh, you smell so good. Like, I smell good. And it's really my hair. I don't have no cologne because I'm allergic to most things. I don't like a lot of scents. I do have like some, like this is one of my few perfumes. As you can see is, whatchamacallit, Good Girl. And I don't put this on very often. I put on very little, and I have to put it on the back because, again, even too much perfumes will bother me. I do like this one, but I really just love the bottle too. Like, I love perfume bottles. I absolutely love, I collect them. I actually like them. I like them in gifts and everything. I actually love perfume bottles. That doesn't mean I can handle the perfume, but I love the bottles. I just love them. So cute, right? Like, I used to collect the little shoes too, by the way. I used to collect them. I've gotten rid of, I have some left. I've gotten rid of a lot of them. My late husband used to buy them for me all the time. I used to always have them. Anyway, I got off sidetracked. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, okay. Ladies, be careful about your smell, whatever, because I've had some guys have said that to me. So you want to be careful about that. That makes a difference. So, yeah, do that. Okay. So anyway, just to recap. Okay. One more time. The gas station, Quick Trip especially. I would say probably racetrack too, but anywhere around between 4 and 7 o'clock every day. I guess they call that singles hour, whatever. But definitely Quick Trip. And then I said CVS, because I'm always here at CVS couponing or whatever. That's for me. The car wash, Home Depot, Starbucks. I'm saying these are like the places that I typically go anyway. This is just the places I go. Walmart for sure. Yeah, I don't go to clubs. I mean, when I go to clubs, 9 times out of 10, I'm on a date with somebody or I'm with a client. Because I've, like, most of the clubs that I've been to here in this area that I've actually been to, and I learned about them literally was because I was with a client and I was touching them up behind the scenes or something, like they were filming or something like that, and I was just there as, you know, support. I was just doing whatever. Or I've gone, there's only a few places that I actually like, because I don't like a lot of places, but again, I'm picky. So there's only a few, and I've gone on a couple dates like that, but I'm not really big into that. So I don't meet guys at clubs. I know you'll hear other women who do that, whatever. I don't know. I've never done that. I've never had to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't know. But basically, you know, whatever you are about, make sure you smile. And if you like the person talking to you, make sure you hold contact for at least 3 seconds so he'll come up and talk to you. And also, you'll hear a lot of stuff online about making all these guys like want you and like you or whatever. And, you know, like, don't talk to them and, you know, or ignore them or whatever. All that kind of stuff. Like, okay, if you're young and you have time to play games, you go ahead and do that. If you're young and you have time to play games and that's what you want to do, go ahead and do all that stuff or whatever and do all that, you know, pretending or something. But if you really are just the kind of person who, like me, I have a million hustles, a million things that I'm interested in, a million things that I do, you'll just naturally be busy anyway, and you don't need to pretend at all. Okay? But here's the thing about that. At some point, it goes from acting like you're hard to get or something to just being hard to get, and you might just lose out. And that goes both ways, okay? Because it's for men and women. I see these I don't say dumb, I see these videos, people that put out videos all the time about, you know, that kind of thing, you know, makes him chase you and everything. I know once you hit over 40, if you're still playing dumb, stupid games like that, first of all, there is a problem. There's a problem with you. And second of all, I'm not like that, okay? I'm not, if I like you, you're going to know. And if I don't like you, you're going to know. Period. It's just what it is. I'm not trying to play no games. I'm not over here. I don't have time for that. I just don't have time for that. I'm not going to keep track of how many times I've done talk to you, not talk to you, or whatever. If I want to talk to you, I will. And if I don't, I won't. But that's just who I am as a person in general. I'm just very much, it is what it is. Because I got other stuff I want to do. And if you're going to aggravate my soul or get in my way or whatever, I just need to know now. I just don't have time for jumping through hoops. Okay, I'm not that way. But I'm trying to give you real advice. So once you get over 40 and everything, and maybe, or, you know, maybe, you know, you're on your second relationship or something like that, and maybe you are looking, you don't need to go out, you know, specifically to like, don't go any place that you don't normally, that you don't want to go, or that you don't feel comfortable in, or whatever. Just go to your spots or whatever. Go to places that you like to go to or whatever. But just be more aware like of your aura, of your surroundings, and you know, your contact, you know, like your eye contact, stuff like that, smiling, you know what I mean, like being nice or whatever, like smiling. But those, oh, the park, car wash, I think I said every place, right? Those are the places that I typically go to or whatever, and I've gotten hit on a regular. And so I hope that helps some of you single ladies out there, especially if you're in this Atlanta area. You know, hopefully that helps, you know, some of y'all out. And anyway, if I think of anything else, you know, I'll pop back on here. This video is already 49 minutes. I always say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I try to keep these videos short, but I'm just too much of a talker. Anyway, I gotta go. I have couponing to do. Bye.